What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, as we always like to do on the channel, we're going to be doing a deep breakdown into the Fusion event calendar. But for this time it will be for Razelvarg, the new Magic Affinity legendary champion from the Skinwalkers faction. And we like to call him Bugs Bunny round here. And in order to complete this fusion, we're going to need 4 of the same epic in Delarja from the Lizardman faction, who is actually a pretty sweet champion. We did a showcase on her yesterday, so if you guys want to check that out, it is live on the channel already. And then we're going to need 16 of the same rare in Margrave Greenhawk in order to complete this. So we're going to be taking these up to a rank 4 with fully ascending. We're going to turn them into Delarjas, get them to a rank 5, and then towards the end, getting the final fusion in Bugs Bunny here. I actually already recorded this video and then I realized in editing, I had the whole thing mute. So we're gonna have to go in for a round 2. It's not a problem. The things that we gotta do, right? So okay, let's pull up hellhades.com. We've actually got a nice guide here, live in full effect for you guys to check out. It'll all be in the description below, where it has all of the requirements you need in terms of potions and chickens and all of that good stuff. So if we just head down here, you can see that the chicken requirement is gonna be 48 times 3-star chickens. And this is what you're going to need in order to get all of the rares up to the 4 stars, whether that be food champions or chickens themselves. We'll then need 16 4-star chickens in order to get the 4-star epics to the 5 stars to create the legendary at the end. So that's what you'll need in terms of chickens. And then the potion requirements is as so. Spirits will be greater times 80 and the superior times 24. And that's going to be for the Delarja. The Force one will be 160 lesser potions, 64 greater potions, and that'll be for the Greenhawks. And then arcane potions for all of them will be 80 lessers, 108 greater ones, and then 12 superior potions to put into all of those champions there. In terms of dungeon events, we will be expecting some super raids in order to get those done a bit more quickly, which will need the same amount of resources. It's just done more quicker, right? Save you some time. So on Thursday, April 13th, they'll be enabling super raids for the Dragon's Lair. So that will be starting today. And then on Sunday, April 16th, it will be for the Ice Golem's Peak. Thursday, April 20th for the Fire Knight's Castle. And then on Sunday, April 23rd for the Spider's Den. So definitely make full use of these to get those dungeons completed for the fusion. We will be anticipating a 10x event starting live in full effect tomorrow on Friday 14th. So unfortunately this falls into the summon rush, meaning we won't have sacreds for the 2x sacreds next week on Friday 21st. So we're going to have to probably use sacreds this week in order to optimize points, unless you've got a bunch of voids and mystery shards that you want to blow through. So yeah, I'll leave this in the description below guys. And let's just pull up the actual fusion event calendar now. So can we get it right? There we go. We're seeing you again, Razelvarg. We just did this. So what I actually did in the last one was, we're going to have to do it again. We have to draw a carrot. There we go. A little carrot for him. In case he gets hungry, right? These videos can be pretty long. So one big takeaway that you'll see straight away is we have an opportunity to get an extra epic champion in Delarja. So for players out there that like to get the extra one during the summon rush, there's going to be one available there, but in terms of inflation on points, we have no kind of judging on that as of now. We're probably just going to have to see that as we progress through the fusion. But in terms of the layout of the fusion, I'm actually a pretty big fan and I'll break that down. But let me know what you guys think. Are you going to be going for the extra one in the summon rush in order to eliminate 4 of the rares from some other tedious events out there? I guess it really comes down to if you've been diligent with your shards. Okay, so kicking off this fusion, we'll be having a dragon tournament and a champion training starting today. But I kind of entice you guys not to invest all of your resources on day 1. Reason being that we actually have a dungeon divers alongside the summon rush starting tomorrow. And this will be a great time to double dip your points from those events, right? From the dragon and the champion training to min-max your dungeon divers and optimize it to the best of your capabilities instead of just wasting resources on day 1. So I'll be doing that personally, waiting until tomorrow and then blowing through my points there to get them all done at the same time. And with the champion training, of course, you want to be ranking up some champions, preferably the Margrave Greenhawks. But on day 1, you probably won't have a ton, right? But the duration is pretty long, so we might be able to get a few of them from the Dungeon Divers, the Summon Rush, and the Dragon to rank up in that period as well, which is definitely worth doing. The Summon Rush, we will be having more news on the channel soon in terms of what the 10x champions will be. But it will be a summon rush, and traditionally I say we save up around 7 to 9 sacreds in order to complete this. But recently I can't even recommend an amount, because sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. I've got no clue, guys, but just save up as much as possible is all I can say here. Leading into the Saturday on April 15th, we'll be kicking off with a Classic Arena takedown, which is self-explanatory, guys. It's basically go into the Classic Arena, take down some opponents, get your victories, and before you know it, there'll be a cheeky little Margrave sitting at the top of your milestone rewards, ready to collect. Artifact enhancement events, we're going to be needing silver, guys, because you're ranking up those artifacts. And through doing these previous tournaments and events with the Dungeon Divers, the Dragon, and the Champion Training, hopefully you can gather some silver, sell some artifacts you don't need, or the shields from the 12-free Brutal campaign in order to fund the artifact enhancement, right? So definitely try and save as much as possible and don't use a bunch of it straight away. Straight after that, on Sunday, there'll be an Ice Golem tournament, which actually double dips with the Dungeon Divers event. And this is going to be a great way to quadruple dip nearly with the Dungeon Divers, because if you fall short here, you can just pick it up with the Ice Golem on the Sunday and finish it off. So definitely keep an eye on it. If you're struggling a little bit, wait for the Ice Golem, get it done, and you'll be completely fine there. So, okay, if we just do a little line here, you can see it's a bit of a weird one. It's kind of been a while since I remember where this has happened, but there's actually a cooling off period for one day on Wednesday, April 19th, because the Ice Golem will end in the morning, right? And then the Champion Training will kick off on the Thursday. So on the Wednesday, you can pretty much just relax, guys. Save up a bit of resources, prepare yourself, maybe ascend some champions, take some time to go into the potion keeps and get some of those done, right? It's a nice little time in the middle just to assess how everything's going. But okay, heading on to the Thursday, there'll be a Champion Training event. And very similar to the one before, we're ranking up our champions and preferably ranking up the rare champions in order to optimize your fusion the best you can. There will also be a Fire Knight tournament and a Dungeon Divers too, so double dipping points is necessary in order to complete that, and definitely worth doing. And then also selling up the artifacts that you don't need to fund the Artifact Enhancement 2 event that you see here. And you'll be completely fine in doing that as long as you've been diligent with your resources. Also remember, guys, with Champion Training, there's stuff like brews, right? So if you've got a big stack of brews, you might want to start thinking about using those to get that event done more efficiently. As I'm not usually a big fan of these personally, but I know it's always a good time to use them during these events, just so you're not using like 1,000 energy every day on campaign battles, right? The Champion Chase is estimated to be a 2x Sacreds, so hopefully you guys get some shards from the clan boss or something, or from the Doom Tower, or your monthly shards in order to get some good RNG luck for a new legendary champion on that weekend. We'll then be kicking off with a Classic Arena takedown. Let's switch up the color a little bit. Classic Arena takedown, and it's going to be coinciding with the Spider tournament straight after on the day after. And Classic Arena, once again, very simple. Taking down your opponents is a good way to do it, and optimizing your Great Hall at the same time. And then the Spider tournament is going to allow you to get one of your best returns in terms of silver to farm, or should I say fund, Artifact Enhancement 3, because we're going to be selling off a bunch of those accessories that we don't want. We're going to be able to get a bunch of silver from that, and this final enhancement should be the easiest one from the bunch. But of course, if you went for the Summon Rush and got the extra the larger, you'll be able to miss a bunch of these Artifact Enhancements and save up a bunch of silver as well. So it just really depends how much shards you've got, right? And if you're a spender or whatever that may be. The Dungeon Divers 3 unfortunately doesn't have a lot of coinciding because the Spiders tournament ends pretty much just as that one starts. But if you do want to have a bit of double dipping, the Monday is the day to do that. Or should I say the Tuesday on the April 25th. And you'll be able to catch a little bit of the Dungeon Divers with the Spiders. Maybe invest all of your time into that day and get that done a lot more efficiently. And you'll be well on your way to get your Fusion Champion. So yeah, guys, that was it, I guess, in terms of the calendar. Let me know what you guys think. Is this a fusion you're going to be going for, or are you just going to kind of see how it's going as you play and judge it accordingly? Just one last note, guys. The new champions are live in game, and also the live arena, which is active in 1 hour and 47 minutes at the time of recording this video. The schedule is also live, so have a little look. This is the UTC times that you'll be able to dive in and face some opponents. And we will be doing some live streams on the channel, as we like to do, to take on some opponents myself. Make sure you guys hit a little like and a subscribe if you guys enjoyed the video today. It really does help out the channel. Have an amazing rest of your day as well, and I'll catch you guys in a video soon. Peace.